All right. So, what's the topic today?
So what I was thinking is, it's a decent idea, was what kind of zombie would you be in? Like, what precipitates the nature thereof?
What?
I'm just like, is it like a pathogen, like the T virus? Is it just some shit that happens to everyone, a la Walking Dead, or like Romero's A Satellite Did It type shit?
A satellite?
Yeah, it's what I read.
I'm unfamiliar. Okay.
A satellite did it, apparently.
Techno zombie. Okay, so, method is what your method of infection, I suppose.
And, like, what kind of zombie would you want to be? Like, the 28 Days Later type?
Okay, that's what I thought. It's like fast and vicious.
Yeah, and like...
or slow and... I think there's only one answer here. Fast and vicious.
Fast and vicious.
I've not seen 28 Days Later.
You're missing out.
I know.
You are missing
It's one
out.
of your favorite movies.
So...
But, okay, are they zombies? Are they dead? Or just, like, feral?
That's a good question. I think since you lose... Well, I guess you could argue that they're basically rabid.
So they are alive, though, right?
I don't know. So, like, the Walking Dead ones, like, you have to die in order for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. And they progressively rot over the show as well.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually. It's like if you look at the infected in season 1 compared to season 8 or whatever they're on now, they look significantly worse, like more decomposed.
I think in 28 Days Later, that's the namesake. That's how long it takes them to starve to death or something. For them to break down. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like 28 days after an outbreak or something.
Oh, no, you're right. I made that up.
I like your idea way more. Okay, so Walking Dead is the worst kind.
Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, you're a zombie now because you died.
Well, and they're only dangerous in a giant horde.
Which they do seem to really hoard out.
And congregate. Like the church. Church zombies.
But, so, like, why is it happening? Do you like the T virus like a bioengineer? Or do you like, maybe like the turbo AIDS monkeys just infected everyone?
I really like the idea of The Last of Us. Are you familiar with that one?
Is that the one with what are the basically the mushroom heads? There's a name like a cytoceps?
Cordyceps fungus. Which is actually a real fungus.
Yup.
It does that actual zombification basically to ants and insects.
I want to say there's like a fly that does that too.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of things cuck ants, huh?
And spiders. So the idea of the game is it infected food or something in South America. And then
typical.
I guess and then I guess somehow mutated or something and found a way to infect people. And so it got into a person from eating the infected plants. And then, after they are infected, more spores are released, and then other people breathe it in. And I think in the game it takes 3 days or something to turn.
From eating to...
Yeah, or breathing in the spores.
Basically being a spore head yourself.
Right.
I remember seeing some art of those mushroom heads, and it being genuinely unnerving.
Oh yeah, they're spooky AF in the game.
Especially when you compare them to like something like Resident Evil, where it's like just a very generic zombie.
You say that, man, but Resident Evil 2 Remake, the new one, there's some spooky looking fuckers.
I'm not saying Resident Evil's not Kino. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know, it's nice they tried to at least switch up the genre.
Yeah. Well, what's cool is, you have your initial infection where they are just like feral people. They just lose all sense of self, attack,
Yeah.
And then they start growing more of that stuff, like the spores on them. And after so long, it covers their entire face. It's like their skull mutates almost. So they can only hear to attack you.
Oh, yeah.
So they make like the clicking sound. They're called clickers.
Yeah, it's like the whole mechanic.
Right. So they like progress until their whole body's taken over. And they're like a giant bloated fat fuck. That's like producing spores out of their pores.
Now, what do you think about the Left 4 Dead, where they have like basically all the specialized zombies, the spitters, the smokers?
I like the spitter idea.
I feel like they're trying really hard.
They're really
Trying
stretching.
so hard.
Something that's spitting something I can get behind, but like producing smoke, I've never what smokers.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's an
even
actual.
familiar.
Yeah, that's an actual.
What do they do?
You're not gonna believe this.
Ooh, tell me. Smoke cigarettes.
Well, yeah. They're the badass zombies. They smoke.
They smoke. They saw Joe Camel before they got infected.
Actually, the one I hated the most was probably the bloated ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They would explode on you, the vomiters or something. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. See, that's even stretching a little much for me. Like the idea of a zombie is you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Or undead, I guess. So why are you exploding? Like, what is in you that's
Right.
making it explode?
How is it that you're changing that much?
Your human gas sack is full of venom now, I guess.
Especially compared to, like, everyone else that just, oh, you are nobody, even in death.
Kamikaze zombie.
Like, I remember Left 4 Dead was a fun game, but I don't know if it was Kino.
What? Dead Rising. Have you ever played those?
That's the mall one. With
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the second one.
Was it fun? I've actually been thinking about playing it a little bit recently, just because it's like mindless, you know, run around kill a bunch of mall zombies.
I love that meme. Is this fun? It's supposedly pretty, like, highly rated, but I never get into it because there's like a internal timer. Like you have, it's like a week or something to get a vaccine or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
There's a reason they did away with like timers in video games.
Yeah.
They're stressful and they add no fun to it.
Well, and they're starting to get rid of the escort mission now too. Thank God. That's another one. Timers and escort missions, or escort timer missions.
Or escort timed missions underwater. Like, you can talk about all the bad things from the internet, but, you know, starting that meme really helped video games.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the Water Temple,
Oh, okay, that.
Pure Cancer, and Tomb Raider. There was an underwater level with a great white, I remember. And those controls were already god awful.
Yeah. Oh.
So anyway, back to zombies.
Yeah.
At a moment. What would you rather be, and how? And how would you like to be infected? Oh, hold on. What about like the Alien Covenant style of infection?
Ooh,
They
I
had those-
had not considered
They
that.
had those spore plants and then the black goo.
Yeah, on the. Yeah, like you said, Covenant, as opposed to like all the other Alien movies.
Or Prometheus, which is
I never saw that one.
me either. Saw parts of it. Then I heard it was really bad and trusted people saying it was bad.
I remember seeing a picture. I think it was called The Engineer.
We're good.
And he was not Kino.
Right, it's supposed to be like God or something.
He reminded me of who's the? I want to say he's like one of the Watchmen. You know, he's got like the third eye. He's naked.
Dr. Manhattan.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I never saw it. Reminded me of
I
that.
just saw this image. This guy looked blue. And I thought Blue Man Group.
And not a cool guy. So it's like not about that life.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they're like supposed to be the creators of humanity somehow.
If you believe that science crap.
Bunch of eggheads.
So what is Dr. Manhattan? Wasn't he like by himself for 1,000 years or something?
I have no. He's was created in some experiment, and I want to say he can like control matter on a molecular level or something.
Does he have a dick? Because I
Yes.
can't remember. Okay, 'cause sometimes they show it, or sometimes
In the
they're not
movie.
ashamed of it.
Right.
But sometimes they clearly are.
In the Watchmen movie, they show it for a little bit, I think.
Yo, you noticed it, huh?
I know.
Okay.
Well hung, if you understand.
I wouldn't even have noticed that. But yeah, I'm an accepting, tolerant person. It's fine. It's your gay boy.
Gay. But
Would
so
you?
yeah, the black goo is like like a bioweapon or something.
Definitely a spore kind of thing.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
Would you rather live for 1,000 years but have no dick?
Oh God, I'm just gonna drink now. Say that again.
You have the option to live for 1,000 years, but you don't have a dick. Like, you can't come. Everything's the same.
Oh God. Can you urinate and everything properly?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What's there? Just a sputtering hole?
It's like the Kindle. Yeah, it's just a smooth scene. Yeah. Worst possible timeline.
Okay. What happens when you're aroused?
You just get really frustrated.
Oh my God. I don't know if I
But
could,
you still get boner pain.
No!
And it slowly goes away like normal.
Oh, like blue balls.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if I could, man.
1,000 years, though.
1,000.
And you're immortal otherwise. Like, you can't get, like, shreked by, like, an atomic bomb or something.
Ooh, okay.
Like, guaranteed 1,000 years.
So, like, some crazy person downtown could walk up behind you and shoot you in the back of the head and you're good.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So, like, you're throwing your dick away for a random act of violence ending everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you do die. I've not actually tried it.
Oh, God.
The guy was very vague. What's going on
The
here?
guy?
Oh, is this for the comedy show?
Jeez.
It's like 200 people.
Yeah, at least.
Losers.
Yeah, we're driving around making a podcast.
There's comedy in this car. Those cucks are paying for it.
So, our last conversation hinged on this a little bit. Conditional immortality.
Yeah.
You are the opinion that you would do it?
Yeah.
Under what conditions?
I mean, it's stipulated immortality. They're not just giving you a free hall pass to shit all over everything forever. That's fair. I mean, I don't know what kind of genie or deity we're having to deal with here.
It's magic of some kind.
Clearly. Like blood magics, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You have immortality unless you want to turn it off.
Which is a really important aspect to it, because if you can't turn it off, that would suck.
Oh yeah, it's like we talked about. The world would end one day, and you would float through the vacuum of space forever.
Catatonic.
Or worse, you would land on a planet and be stuck there for ever.
But how many millions or billions of years would finally someone show up like, hey, the fuck is this?
If that even happened.
There's just some guy here.
And you would go crazy. Because being immortal doesn't mean that you're not susceptible to being senile.
Right. Well, I don't know. Is not senility like basically the degrading of your brain?
Yes, but at the same time that you can, quote unquote, be senile or crazy from lack of human interaction.
Yeah, definitely go crazy from lack of interaction. Because we're definitely a social creature, so you'd definitely be hard fucked if you get thrown into space.
Hard fucked. Not soft.
Or even worse, like buried alive.
Oh, God.
So how does that work? You just claw your way out and you have nubs on your hand? Or?
Well, okay. That's another good question. You're immortal. Does that make you impervious to harm?
See, now these are the real
Right.
questions.
Yeah, we're getting into the meat of it now.
They get people at the UN trying to fix you. No. If you were immortal, could you hurt yourself?
Like, you're clawing your way out. Do you go down to the bone and it regrows? Or do you just lose your fingers, but you're still alive?
That's a really interesting question, because then you're like, oh, you can't get a haircut, because immortal, gotcha. Depends on how much of an asshole the genie is, I guess.
I love how it's a genie.
Or monkey's paw, it's whatever. Clearly the monkey paw is the asshole, but...
Right. Yeah. Should have worded your wish better, man.
Gotcha, bitch. So let's assume it's like a vampire. Like, you get some conditions, and, you can be killed in very specific circumstances.
Right.
Hell yeah, I'd do that.
Vampire?
Hell yeah, I'd do that.
You'd give up sunlight.
Sunlight is so overrated. You know how much skin cancer is caused by sunlight?
All?
Probably. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, that and tanning beds. It's all the same kind of light.
You can get vitamin D from supplements, I assume.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably. Okay. Now, what kind? Are we talking like seeing sunlight hurts you, or it being directly on you? Typically, in other mediums, it's sunlight on your skin. But monkey's paw.
But monkey's paw. But you have to drink blood. I feel like the monkey would get you with the blood drinking thing.
How so?
I don't know. Like, you can only have like type O or some shit.
Oh, God.
Well, I think O is like the
rarest.
universal donor.
Yeah. So it's valuable.
So you're having to pay like $1,000 per pint.
Eh?
Wow.
No.
Well, how you can't just
You're
go
a
to every.
night walker.
What are the odds of you finding? Because I want to say it's like 1 in 40 people have it.
Something like that.
You tell me you have to attack at least 40 people.
A night.
People are gonna start asking questions. No, you have to go through legal channels if you want to do that.
So you have to let people know you're a vampire.
No, you're a researcher on this very specific type of blood. And you need lots of it. Lots and lots of the blood. So now you gotta get a job to pay for your blood addiction.
Oh, okay, or you find somebody and you farm them.
That's it.
Yeah.
See, you got this vampire thing all figured out.
Get about 5 typos and you chain them up somewhere and you drain them nightly.
Cattle. You ever see that movie, What We Do in the Shadows?
No. Who's in it?
It's the Flight of the Conchord guys.
No.
The band, if you're familiar with them. Yeah, and kind of Kino.
Makes me think, I don't remember the title, but it had Sam Neill from Jurassic Park and Russell Crowe, I think. And there's like the whole world is vampires. So like society sleeps during the day and they have like actual human beings that they're farming.
Yeah.
Yeah, same idea. But like they can be cured of vampirism by exposure to sunlight.
No, that's horse shit.
Like
what were they
exposure,
thinking?
Right.
Intense sunlight, not like
Right, you have to be exposed to it the right amount of time. You're burning alive, and then you're human again.
So they're choosing to be vampires, basically.
No, I don't think they know about it.
Oh, they just think they're allergic to sunlight?
Well, it hurts them.
I knew a guy like that.
Them. Did you?
I think he said it was lupus. He was allergic to sunlight.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, maybe he was a vampire.
Well, lupus, lupine, werewolf.
I feel like vampires and werewolves would get along.
Why wouldn't they?
Exactly. Because they're super racist, that's why. You tell me you're this elegant vampire and this gutter dog is shitting all over your yard?
Gutter dog.
Gutter dog. No.
Okay.
I feel like becoming a vampire, you very quickly become like haughty and
better than everyone else.
very arrogant, high society type.
Interesting. Would you go that route?
Oh, God, yes, so fast. As if I wasn't enough of a cunt as it is. I feel like you need to get rich, though, to be a good vampire.
Yeah.
You can't be some vampire working here.
Well, here's the thing. You live forever. Under the right circumstances.
Right.
So, do you go hard at it or just accumulate wealth working a normal job?
I feel like that's one of like the unsung problems of being a vampire, because like if you have a job and like you're there for 30 years and you're no different, it's like, well, it's time to retire.
You're just as miserable as everyone else.
You're just in the rat race at that point. What makes you different? Are you even a vampire?
I can only work third shift.
Well, Terrence, we've really been thinking. Everyone else is in the office from 9 to 5. Maybe you could come by then. No, not 9 to 9.
Oh man.
So, yeah, I want to tell you about that. I guess being a vampire is not all it's cracked up to be.
So okay, you have actual weaknesses at that point. Werewolf. Let's say contracting lycanthropy made you immortal, but you have the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better than being a vampire? Because you're normal in society, except once a month.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much of a normie you are already. So, like, if we're complete oddists like me, a vampire is a very seamless transition.
Okay.
But while werewolf is like unintrusive, except for that one time.
Right. Do you chain yourself up?
I feel like if you're a socially responsible person.
So you would not.
Well, yeah, I mean, bloodlust. Bloodlust.
Do you revel in the bloodlust? I can't wait for that full moon, baby.
Now, if you're really in the rat race at that point, you're looking forward to the blood moon.
Yeah, it's a full moon tonight, boss. I'm gonna stay at the office. Everyone else should stay too.
Well, I'm having another Moonlight Midnight Madness party at my house. Everyone come.
Moonlight Midnight Madness. Yeah.
Bring meat.
I'll bring the meat. Don't worry.
Be sure to take a bath and tenderize it. Be sure to marinate yourself. Bring lots of marinade for all the meat we're gonna have.
Oh man, I think I'd go werewolf.
I feel like it'd be hard to make friends with a werewolf.
Really?
Yeah, you can't let anyone get too close to you.
I disagree.
They'd know sooner or later.
All the better. They help you.
No, they screw you over.
Do they?
They're not trying to deal with no lycanthropy.
You have them chain you up.
Well, okay.
On that day.
Let's say you're a werewolf, and you're like, hey, David, or whatever your name is, Terrence.
Hey, Clyde.
Hey, tie me up for the bloodlust thing. I'm like, I got you, fam.
Okay.
Nah, I took a nap. Sorry. Have fun with your killing spree.
God. Well, the fear would be they would die first.
Exactly. You try and chain someone, you're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Who'd say those chains are strong enough?
That's true.
I mean, let's be honest. You're not breaking any werewolf chains, but, come on.
Well, what's the strength of a werewolf?
Exactly. Why would you pick werewolf?
That's true. It's an unknown quantity. Are they all claws and bite? No power?
You're just a mud dog.
Or gutter dog.
Gutter dog.
Or are you like, what was that movie? Bad Moon Rising? Something. That werewolf was jacked. Jacked.
Well, that's because he worked out.
Huge dog. Literally.
Like, you'd just be a slightly hairier version of yourself if you had lycanthropy.
Okay, that's another question. Do you go Wolfman or werewolf? I imagine werewolf, like...
What is the difference? Because were is like Celtic for wolf or something.
Were is actually...
German.
German for man.
Yeah. So you said man-wolf or wolf-man?
Wolfman. So you got... I see what you're doing. Wolfman is more like the old 1920s, what was it, 1930s? Wolfman movie from Universal. Like, he's like just a guy that gets all hairy, no real wolf features. The other's like the full-on bipedal wolf with the snout and tail.
Yeah, howling at the moon.
Right. The cooler version.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't give it to you werewolf cucks.
So, vampire, huh?
Vampire all the way.
I'll call you Edward.
I'll allow it. I'll call you boy.
Boy. I'm a good dog.
Now that'd be a good podcast. A werewolf and a vampire. Instead of just two fucking losers.
Two artists.
Because vampires, you have, I assume, like powers.
Ooh,
Like,
okay.
you know, you get speed, beguiling charm.
Oh, so like a hypnosis.
Yeah, long fingernails. I think that's one of their.
Okay, so we're talking like vampire powers at this point.
My understanding of the literature is vampires have powers.
I didn't realize you were so versed.
Well, that's another problem with this discussion.
Interesting. Do you go like the Skyrim vampire route where you have like a vampire lord form? Like half bat creature?
See, now that's horseshit.
Okay.
Vampires cannot turn into bats. I don't know who came up with that.
Okay.
That is fake news of vampire lore.
Did you ever play the Blood and Wine Witcher 3 DLC?
No, it looked good though.
Yeah, it was vampire centric.
Oh.
And they had like vampire lords that look like normal people, but their fingernails are like, 2 feet long, basically. And like
Dead
sharp
giveaway.
as knives.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah.
I really liked the, I think it was Oblivion? Morrowind, or Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where, like, you could go out during, like, cloudy days, because the sun's not as bad.
Well, that's another thing about werewolves. What about the full moon during the day? Like we talked about
Oh,
before.
yeah. It's not just the night.
Are you just fucked?
Yeah, talk about, like, ongoing popular misconception.
You're out at school playing soccer and... Oh, shit! Everybody knows. And everyone is dead.
At least you scored the point. Well, are you at school playing soccer if you're a werewolf? I feel like you get bigger problems. Or are you just trying to be like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, you're a normal person at that point. Except for that 30th day of every month.
28th, but yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
28th day of every month.
Because that's how moon cycles work, you retard.
So harsh. Okay, so full moon during the day, or cloudy and during the day for a vampire. Does it work? I guess cloudy would work. No
It has
direct
to.
sunlight's on you.
It has to.
Snowy days.
Otherwise, like, you just die. Like, the first night you become a vampire, you're just dead because the sun comes out the next day.
Right. There's a person.
Because, like, even if you were, like, obscured from the sunlight, it's like, no, you just die in sunlight. Like, no.
Does it kill you immediately, or are you just burned by it? What are your rules?
I would imagine it's a pretty hell-like melting.
Ooh, okay. Like a Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
like brutal, like almost instantaneous, but not as instant as you'd want.
You're still begging for death.
You're begging for death as it's happening. It's
God.
It's not fast
It's
enough.
not a seamless transition.
Yeah. Now the stake through the heart. I don't know if that's real or not. But it is instant if it is.
Okay. You don't know if that's real. It's interesting.
I
So
mean,
you don't go the disco ball vampire route, or you glitter in the sun.
I never actually saw Twilight.
Me
So.
either. I just kind of know the premise. So they're like, sunlight doesn't affect them. They just glow.
It's hard to imagine some fangirl's fan writing from a fan show
Right.
doesn't really have great canon.
Well, they're immune to everything at that point. You took away their biggest weakness.
How are you a vampire at that point if you're not allergic to the sun?
Right.
You're just immortal.
You go do what they do and stay in Washington State where it rains all the time.
Does he even drink blood?
I have no idea.
I couldn't tell
I
you.
have no idea.
All right, so we're gonna have to throw out the whole Twilight canon and lore for how vampires work because I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's too reverse of what we're talking about. We're talking about like them good old boys.
I'm talking about
Classic
Kino,
OG vampires.
not fan fiction vampires. You ever see Interview with a Vampire?
I have not.
So, like, one of the, like, sticking points, like, was it Tom Cruise? He gets super pissed because, little vampire lolly chick, she tries to feed him like a dead 8-year-old or some shit.
Oh.
And it's been dead for like a couple hours, and that's a
Shit.
real no-go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have to be like
So they
piping
can, like,
fresh.
Okay, so their food goes bad.
Yeah, so you can't really like store blood. So
Okay.
I don't even know if the whole blood donor clinic thing would even work.
Interesting.
Now that I think about it.
Because it would be bad in that situation.
Yeah, because it's already cold, I assume. I mean, you know, again, maybe he was just being like a prick, like, oh, I hate cold food.
Interesting. And that was Tom Cruise's character?
I'm pretty sure it was either Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt. They were the two.
Yeah.
So it's Gabby Tom Cruise. I feel like Brad Pitt would be pretty chill about that.
Yeah, I'll eat it, little girl. Whatever.
Or at least not yell at a little girl, you know? I feel like he's probably good with kids, right?
Well, yeah, they have a ton of them.
I was going to ask, are they still together?
No.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I don't know. From the magazines that I see when I'm shopping, it seems like no.
Okay, so you're pretty well informed.
Yeah, magazine covers tell me everything I need to know.
Well, my information's a lot more dated. I just read writing on bathroom walls. Truck stops mostly, but that's a different story.
There's a lot of that at Barnes and Noble, I've noticed.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, they probably have some of the shittiest bathrooms I've seen.
Right. They're awful.
I feel like because there's all these kids that have their English degree, they're like, nah, I want to work at Barnes & Noble. I'm not cleaning the shitter. Get out of here.
A degree to work at Barnes & Noble.
I feel like that's what happens. You get a degree in English, then work at Barnes & Noble.
What else are you going to do? Right?
Get a real job? Lammo. Nice try, Boomer. The baby boomers will be keeping all the jobs. Thanks. So you're sticking with werewolf, huh?
Well, if we're talking powers, I don't know.
I mean, maybe you're a little bit faster. Maybe.
So
when
not
you go
like-
on all four.
As a werewolf, yeah, you'd haul ass. You're dog fast.
Oh, I've seen some dogs go fast.
Fast as a speeding car. Speeding truck, maybe.
Ah.
Fast as a greyhound.
Okay,
Bus.
stop.
So vampire speed. How fast are we talking?
I want to say, like, not like, you know, Goku, ching ching, you know, instant transmission fast.
Okay.
But pretty quick, like a blink of an eye and you can miss them kind of thing.
Like you're going so fast you're leaving an after image.
Yeah, that's key, you know. They need to bring that back. That needs to be in all movies all the time. Like that rom-com you saw the other night should have that. That blur shadow after image. That should be in everything.
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 And so you can like hypnotize people or put them in a trance kind of thing.
I mean, I would be able to. I don't know if that's a vampire power.
They look you in the eyes. Oh my god. He's got the eyes of an artist.
I can't look away. It's like a car wreck. Ooh, how would you like that for like your beguile ability? You can like Jedi mind trick someone, but they definitely think you're like an oddest weirdo afterwards.
So nothing's different.
So nothing's different, but you did get that one thing you want from them.
Well, hell yeah. Sign me up. Well, hold on. What level of weirdo am I afterwards? Like, this guy's a pedophile?
Like, they're semi-conscious. Like, they remember the whole thing. Like, he just stared in my eyes for like 5 minutes straight, spitting in my ear. Hey, though, honey, whisper in your ear. Remember that song, the Whisper song?
I don't think so.
It's the Yin Yang Twins.
Oh, God.
Wonder whatever happened to them.
Car accident.
Oh, I
They
didn't realize.
became white trash.
Oh, you beat me to it.
For those that don't know.
I'm just glad you're explaining this.
Internal meme. Only, I forget where it originated from.
Not to be racist, but
Oh, yeah.
no, it's So the idea is anyone that dies in a car wreck or knows someone that dies in a car wreck
It's white trash.
obviously white trash.
Obviously.
Obvi.
I don't know where that came from, though.
I feel like we drove by like one of the really shithole houses in my neighborhood. You just assume people die in car wrecks there. Add 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, something like that. So, anyway.
We need to cut that out.
Nah, it's fine. Jesus, yeah, lost my train of thought.
Yeah, so zombies, they're great.
Zombies. Full circle.
Yeah, I definitely want to be a rage zombie with basically any fluid. Like, if you make out with one for some reason, boom, you're fucked.
Oh, it's like any bodily fluid is.
Any bodily fluid.
Can you cure them? Or you?
I'm going to say no, but you could, though. Like, I mean, I couldn't cure them. Like, you need a scientist to come up with it.
Right.
But they're all dead now.
A potential cure is possible.
It's possible, but it's never going to happen.
Interesting. Ooh,
Yeah.
Extra layer of awful.
Yeah. Like, you could, like, you know, it's like humans could make a satellite. They're not, though, afterwards. I mean, let's, really rebuild society, but at that point, they're all, either dead
How
or...
much of the world is fucked?
I mean, the world's already halfway fucked now, so...
How much of living population is left?
It's a good question. How devastating would you say
10%'s left.
That's pretty generous.
Generous?
Because, I mean, that's basically 1 billion people left.
Not quite, but
Not quite, but...
700 million or so.
Well, I'll run the numbers later, but... I mean...
No, that's worldwide, man.
So that means the whole U.S. could be fine. Like,
That's
United
true.
States could be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a huge
But spread
number of
over the
people.
whole world, that's not that many people.
But it wouldn't happen like that. It's not like...
China, off the map.
I mean, when you have, like, their density...
Right.
Here's
That's
the
what I
thing.
mean, like, they would be done. Over 1 billion people in one spot.
It'd be more like 1%. Like, because it probably would infect everyone.
Okay.
Or it would stay pretty localized, like, Sri Lanka and Papua New Guinea got it, and that's it.
They contain it.
Nobody went there, nobody left from there.
Can your zombies die of starvation? I mean, if they're already dead.
I'm going to say yeah, because why else are they hungry,
Okay.
Like, they're not just passing the time. Like, they're not having some existential dread. Like,
Maybe it's like an inborn subconscious. The last subconscious thought was, if I eat a brain, it'll cure me.
ooh, it's just a bunch of crazy people. They're actually fine, just under severe psychosis.
Okay. I never see this in many media. Can that infect animals in your world?
Yeah, it's a good point. They don't really ever talk on that.
Usually animals are fine. Like Walking Dead. Yeah, whatever. You can eat these animals. Kill a deer, eat it. Yeah, you're good. You're not infected.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, well, I guess,
it's obviously just not a zoological disease. It doesn't cross barriers.
But come on.
But every human's infected.
Yeah, I don't buy that. All humans are infected.
All.
All.
Do you turn to cannibalism?
For me, as my personal choice, yes. I don't think it's for everyone.
You might want to get out of the car now.
You hungry? Getting a little hungry. But anyway, yeah. There's the whole cannibal thing in The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's right. There's like a whole arc about that in there.
So clearly it's fine.
Yeah, that's a little weird on the rules. So everyone's infected, but if you eat... No, wait. I remember there was a scene where somebody was bitten, and they're eating it like he's still alive, and they cut off his leg and ate it. And he had lied about being bit, and he's like, "You're eating tainted meat." Haha, and they all freak out.
Yeah?
But if they're all infected, why would it matter? Huh.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that a plot hole?
It kind of sounds like it.
I'm not familiar enough with the show to.
Yeah, I never saw it, so you
Yeah.
definitely more an expert than me.
Expert. Watched 2 seasons. I know it all.
You're definitely qualified to pop off about it.
Okay, good to know.
I think the principle of the Dunning-Kruger, you're at the top of Mount Stupid right now. You know the right amount to pop the most off about it.
God. Alright, so, your rules. Rage zombies.
Rage zombies, hyper-infectious, eating's clearly a no-go.
A cure is possible, but unlikely.
Super unlikely.
Interesting.
Now I'm gonna say,
We need somebody to make a comic out of this.
right? Patent pending, nobody steal this. And I'm gonna say like a turbo AIDS monkey is what started it all.
Ooh.
Yeah, not this T-virus pathogen or.
So you like a natural development?
It's more likely, yeah.
I feel like something like that would need to be man-made. A tailored virus hitting one species.
Well, that's one of the problems with the whole Resident Evil series. Like, the T-virus isn't that great of a biological weapon.
How so?
I mean, it just kills everyone. Bombs do that just as well. And they're not hyper-infectious.
True. I mean, is that the point of the T-virus? I've played such little of Resident Evil. I don't know.
Yeah, that was...
It's just to wipe populations out? Or
I mean,
to, make a zombie army?
You know, I want to say part of it's like drop infected zombies into an area as a way to disrupt the population and whatnot.
Because, I mean, like, that's the best army you could hope for. Every time they make a kill, it adds to the army.
Yeah, I don't think they're that great of biological weapons. Like, wasn't that what Alien was about? Like, well, maybe Alien Resurrection? They're trying to make it a biological
like
weapon?
That, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I would think about, like, the Reapers in Mass Effect. Every time they kill something, they reconstitute it into a husk or whatever. So every kill, they add a troop to their army.
Yeah, I never thought about that. It's a total rip-off.
It's just like, it's a really interesting idea.
No, it's not. It's completely rehashed.
Well, the base idea, not Mass Effect Engine.
They just changed the name. It's slavery with more steps.
The idea that you can kill something and have another soldier in your army is an interesting. Like, how do you beat that? Like, I imagine that's like would be a good purpose for the T-virus.
Well, they're brain dead though is the problem.
Right.
Now they had more like designer type of viruses, like the Hunters or like Nemesis or something.
Or the Lickers, I think it was another one.
Yeah, I don't like the Lickers. Like, why is that a thing?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Then they had the zombie dogs.
Now that seems like just a dog that got infected. So, you know,
Right.
you gotta give Resident Evil that credit. Like, they totally do infected animals.
Right? That's true.
I feel like maybe that's why movies don't. Like, they're so, like, scared of offending the turbo normies. Like, don't hurt the aminals.
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah, get peed on your back kind of thing.
That's it. That's what it is. They're like, no, we can't show. It's like, you know, they never show like a kid get his head blown off in movies and stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Kinda. They don't want to offend people.
Well, they just don't want to show all the real vampires come out and eat the kids. That's what happens. You see those wrecked threads on 4chan. They cut when the vampires start coming out.
You ever see the one where they're cutting? He seemed like a Latino gentleman, and he's going, ay.
Tell me more.
They're cutting his leg off.
Oh, yeah.
They get it, by the way.
Yeah, I may have seen that one.
Brutal.
Okay, another would you rather. You're being tortured.
Alright.
Would you rather a knife or a chainsaw?
I'm going to say chainsaw. Yeah, because my idea here is you know, it's just ripping and tearing away all your flesh, and it's so quick and fast. I don't think it hurts as bad as a knife. A knife is so much slower because they're having to do individual strikes and cuts on you.
Chainsaw's pulling.
Yeah, it's ripping and tearing. Like, your nerves never feel it. I'm going with Chainsaw Bob. Final answer.
Yikes, man. That's a yikes for me, man.
You tell me you're choosing to get stabbed. You always see the news stories like woman stabbed 426 times.
I wasn't thinking stabbing. I was thinking more like slashing.
Oh. Alright, let me ask you this. Bamboo shoots under your fingernails.
Okay.
Or all your toes and fingers cut off with wire clippers.
What? Bamboo shoot all day. All day, every day.
They're gonna kill you either way, though. Like, there's no aftermath. Like, it's just that moment.
So they just torture you and then it's over?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not just over. But
I mean, it's like, we're doing this one thing to you and then a bullet goes in your head kind of thing?
basically.
Okay.
Like, maybe the next day or something.
Oh, fuck. Bamboo shoots still.
Ooh, I don't know.
You would rather have somebody use, like, a pair of pliers and cut your toes and fingers off?
Like, it's gonna hurt. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna hurt. It's less torturous than the bamboo shoots.
What?
Yeah.
You're
Under
crazy.
your fingernails? It's
You're
going
crazy.
into your fingers.
Okay, so you'd rather lose the whole finger?
Yeah. It's 20 quick snips.
Oh, God.
As opposed to 20, like, wooden rods shooting into your hand and
You
finger.
get to use your hands afterwards, though.
What are you gonna do? Jerk off on your last night?
Maybe.
I don't know if they're taking them out either. They're leaving the bamboo shoots in. No fun for you, hotshot. What is your end game here with the choosing the bamboo shoots? I don't like it.
What's yours?
You're gonna die.
I imagine, like, wire clippers hitting each joint. You had to crush the joint in the bone and then clip through the skin.
See, I'm imagining.
Agony.
I'm assuming they're Chinese for some reason, which I don't know why I would do that.
The bug men? Yeah, they probably do it.
Oh, yeah. So you're probably right in the fact they'd have inferior tools that make it just that much more miserable. I was thinking like some really high quality snips that's just, you know, like trimming your beard kind of thing. It's
just cut right through the thing.
just
the bone.
right off.
Oh, God.
That may have been wildly optimistic of me.
Now, what about, like, putting your hand on a block and they just hatchet your fingers out?
Oh, that's the way to go. I've seen videos. Unfortunately, that's
What?
no big deal of that.
Oh, God.
Like, they're cutting all the guys' fingers off, and like, put it on the block. Put it on the block. I really don't want to. They point the gun at it. No, you gotta put it on.
I really don't want to.
So the guy takes his little hatchet and he cuts it his hand. He only gets like 3 of the fingers. The guy's like, okay, I can leave now. Like, no, all the fingers. Put it back.
My God.
He's like, I really don't want to put it back.
I know what happened last time. I don't want to do this again.
No, remember the gun? No, you have to.
Do you trust they would let you go after that?
They have a gun. You don't have a lot of options.
I mean, would you rather head them off at the pass and make them shoot you? Or go through the torture and hope you get to leave afterwards?
I feel like forcing them to shoot you is the way to go. I feel like that's at least somewhat manly or respectable.
Just do it, man.
Yeah, you're not at their mercy. You're not cucking out.
Interesting.
It could be your final hour. It's like, please don't kill me.
Yeah. We'll let you torture and maim me. Please don't do it. Or do it.
Because let me tell you, there is a popular...
You won't do it.
That's a good way to get a quick death if you're not looking to get tortured for...
Unless they shoot you in the gut or something.
And just leave you bleeding in the streets.
Oh, God.
I'm definitely thinking Africa now for some reason.
Oh.
So there's this idea, the Romans had their little conquest and all. It was a very popular idea to not let the Romans capture you alive.
What?
Yeah, crucifixions were still very vogue.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
They would do that?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, they crucified people like it was going out of fashion.
Man. You want rope or nails?
You're getting both.
Choice is yours.
Make it your own. Really customize your death.
God.
Being a Roman soldier would suck too.
Yeah. Being a soldier, even now, would suck.
Yeah.
For me.
Being an ancient soldier, probably not much better.
Worse, even.
You know what? You're right. You're a smart guy.
Unless you're an arbalist. 2 bolts a minute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're skilled, maybe you didn't put in the time.
You didn't put enough points in to reload.
Your archery skill's really low.
Could you torture someone?
Yes. You just need the right motivation. Anyone that says, no, I couldn't do that, you just need a little push.
Push in the right direction.
Like your gut reaction. Could you torture someone?
Yes. Under the
You're
right
fucked up, man. It's fucked up. You said that pretty quick, too.
Slower than you, but it's fucked up for me being too quick.
You should have called me on it.
Under the right... It had to be very specific circumstances.
Like someone cut in line at you at the grocery.
Oh, yeah. They're done.
Clearly.
They shot me the wrong kind of look. They said good morning when they meant good afternoon.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
Maybe gave you one of the dislikes on your YouTube video.
Right? Yeah.
Done.
Done. Time to clean up.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
I promised Mom I wouldn't do this again.
How much? Like, how long are we?
51 minutes. Impressive. Alright, we should probably end this.
Probably cut it off. Yeah.
Alright, so this is episode 1.
Go fuck yourself.
Of very random Would You Rather and random conversation.
Podcast, Carcast.
Carcast. Will it stick? I don't know. We'll find out.